Corporate structures can vary quite a bit depending on the company, but regardless of the size, you will generally have teams for engineering, product, sales, and marketing at a minimum. Engineering is made up of software developers that write the software. Product contains product managers who determine exactly what to build. Marketing builds awareness for the software and will run different types of campaigns. Sales is made up of multiple roles that ultimately sell the software and bring in revenue for the company. Let's dive deeper into the different types of positions you might run into on a modern software sales team. The sales development rep. SDRs are the lifeblood of any modern sales team. They are at the beginning of the sales cycle. This role handles both inbound and outbound leads or potential customers. Their main responsibility is to filter through a large volume of potential customers, larger than the sales reps themselves could handle. Once they identify a potential fit, the lead is then passed off to an account executive team to handle the rest of the sales process. We'll be focusing this program on this role in detail.
All right, 3 p.m. tomorrow sounds great. I'll send the calendar invite. Bye-bye. I'm a sales development representative, and that can mean a lot of different responsibilities. Ultimately, it all boils down to filling the sales pipeline with vetted, prospective customers. At most companies, it's how you earn your stripes and learn the ropes of selling. Sometimes, you'll be talking to folks who indicated interest, gauging their curiosity and ability to buy. Other times, you'll be cold emailing department heads about your product. But most of the time, you'll be cold calling, like I am. It's a grind, but when I make my mark and hit my quota, it'll all be worth it when I get promoted into a closing role.
Account executive. AEs are the closers, the quarterback of the greater sales team. They're responsible for developing relationships with the stakeholders, bringing in other team members when needed, presenting solutions, and negotiating contracts with legal and procurement. Most successful SDRs will get promoted into an AE role within 1 to 2 years. Within the account executive role, at larger companies, there will be different tiers of accounts, with more senior reps working on larger deals. The smallest tier is typically SMB, small and medium business. From there on, you'll see mid-market, enterprise, and key strategic accounts. As you move up in tiers, the number of accounts you'll handle will decrease while deal sizes will go up. At the larger tiers, you might only have 1 or 2 accounts.
So excited that we can make this work. I'll have the contract sent out today. I'm an account executive, and I'm the closer. You can think of me as the quarterback of the sales team. Qualified leads are passed over by an SDR, and I bring it to the finish line. I run a specific territory for my company, which means I negotiate all contracts within that area. It's an important job, and the company is relying on me to bring in that revenue. But no matter how good I am, I'm not a wizard. Sometimes I need help explaining the technical aspects of my product, which is why I need to bring in the sales engineer.
Sales engineers are a critical part of the software sales team. Software solutions are very complex, and account executives are not expected to be technical experts on the product. During the sales process, typically you'll have a proof of concept or trial where the customer dives into the product for 2 to 3 weeks, testing out specific functions and features with their own data. SEs are responsible for this part of the sales process and for getting the technical win, or sign off by the engineers or the technical decision makers on the customer side. Just as SDRs help AEs scale the number of customers that they can deal with, SEs help with scale by handling multiple technical pilots at one time, often covering multiple AEs or a larger territory.
Not quite, but I think we can make it work. I'll talk to you soon. Hi, I'm the sales engineer. I'm the trusted advisor on the sales team, and I work very closely with the SDRs and the AEs to make sure that we're not over-promising on what we can actually deliver. I'll run proof of concepts, demonstrations, and technical deep dives to uncover the customer's business requirements and turn that back into a solution that they'll actually end up using. I also provide critical feedback to the product and engineering team to make sure that we're focusing on developing features that customers are actually looking for. In short, I'm a people person, neither fully sales nor engineering. I talk to the customers so the engineers don't have to.
Product specialists. As products and platforms get more complex, you might have product specialists that focus on specific products in a broad portfolio. For example, the major cloud platforms have over 200 services, making it very difficult for individual AEs or SEs to talk in depth about each service. Product specialists can be more sales focused and a counterpart to the AE, or more technical and a counterpart to the SE. Customer success managers. Once the deal is signed, CSMs step in and are responsible for onboarding new customers. There is a long list of tasks that need to be completed before a product can be successfully used, and CSMs work with the customer to make sure that they stay on track with timelines. Other responsibilities typically include running QBR, quarterly business reports, managing training sessions, and acting as a point of contact for customers if any issues arise. Technical account managers. TAMs are another part of the post-sales role and have two main responsibilities: handling technical issues and ensuring that the customer renews their contract by the end of the term. Most software licenses are multi-year contract, but some customers will only renew on a yearly basis. Let's take a look at a typical deal handoff between the team.
One of the most important parts of being an SDR is the handoff of opportunities to your account executive. As an SDR, you serve as a filter, going through hundreds of leads to find the most qualified. You want to understand, are you talking to the decision maker? Is there budget allocated for your product? Is there a need for your product? And most importantly, is there a timeline in which your product is needed? If you can get this kind of information, that's when you hand the opportunity over to your account executive.
Now that the SDR set the meeting, it's my responsibility to inform and persuade the customer to move the deal farther along. And if the customer is curious about any technical aspects of the product, that's when I bring in the sales engineer.
Once the AE brings me in, I'll spend time digging into the technical requirements with the customer's engineering teams to figure out what we actually need to do to deliver the product. I'll also do product demonstrations so the customer can see how the product actually works, and proof of concepts so we can actually test it in their environments and connect with their various data sources. My job is to get the technical win so that the AE can take the deal and finally close it.
Now that the customer is convinced of the product's technical capabilities, it's up to me to negotiate and close the deal.